Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Misappropriation of public funds is a very serious crime. It's otherwise known as theft. And it's possible that Michael Matheson has done exactly that. He goes on holiday for 1 week to Morocco and runs up a roaming charge on his iPad of £11,000. How is that possible? What is he doing? One can presume only that he's sitting there watching gentlemen's special interest films and knocking out several times a day, because it's only video that will draw that kind of usage in any kind of short period. He claims it's all for business, for government business. £11,000 in a week, government business. Not much of a holiday, is it? So, obviously, he will be absolutely fine in handing it over for a forensic examination to see what exactly was done during that week and see how he ran up an £11,000 bill, which, even if it was government business, should never have been that high because he's failed to swap the account over to the lower tariff that they automatically arrange when you go on holiday to stop this sort of thing happening. So why didn't he? Maybe he just didn't want people to know how much gentleman's special interest videos he would be watching. Let's have a look, see how much trouble he's in. And it's a lot. Here goes. Now, of course, Matheson is the health secretary. You'd think he'd be looking at ways of saving money, not spending it like that. But, you know, he seems to think it's perfectly fine to sit there and spend a lot of money on whatever he was watching. Michael Matheson streaming Netflix on Holyrood iPad, says Jackie Bailey as she blasts the bill. The SNP... Oh, Jackie, it wasn't Netflix, was it? Pornhub. The SNP Health Secretary managed to rack up a bill of £11,000 in roaming charges during a Christmas jaunt to Morocco, with the taxpayer picking up the tab. Because he's not going to pay for it, look at him. And he's just got the look, hasn't he? Merchant banker. Anyway, Scottish Labour Deputy Leader Jackie Bailey has claimed Michael Matheson must have been streaming Netflix by a pool. Well, he was streaming something, gallons of it, I'd imagine, but it wasn't Netflix, in order to rack up an £11,000 mobile phone bill while on holiday. The SNP Health Secretary has come under fire after it emerged the taxpayer will be picking up the tab. He's gone a week. What is that? For £11,000 in a week, 7 days. For £1,500 a day, over £1,500 a day. About that. 1,500 and something, about nearly 1,600 a day, isn't it? Obviously. Yeah, about 1,550 a day, something like that. Top of my head. In fact, in a day. It'd have been cheaper to fly back to England. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Holyrood bosses have accepted the Falkirk-Wurst MSP's insistence that he only use the device for parliamentary business. Now, if you're doing £1,500 of roaming bills in a day and you're saying it's parliamentary business, then you ain't on holiday. So why go? Now, these hotels, they have Wi-Fi. Why aren't you logging into their Wi-Fi, number one? Number two, why aren't you going on to the cheap tariff that they offer when you go travel? Because you can get Moroccan tariffs. I've been there. I've been to Morocco. I've got the Moroccan tariff. Still not as cheap as home, but it's a lot cheaper than that. So why isn't he doing it? Because he doesn't give a shit. Taxpayers will pay it. I don't care. I can just sit there in Morocco, in the room, pull the curtains, mid-afternoon, have a wee drinky, go upstairs, quick knock one out, have a siesta, and back downstairs. That's what he's doing. The £10,936 bill was charged by the Scottish Parliament's previous mobile provider after he failed to switch his device over to the new provider. His doing then. It's not the government's doing. It's him personally has failed to do that. Bill him. The former company declined to waive any of the charges despite being challenged over its late warning about the rising cost. It's not their problem. It's his problem. He's the one who didn't do it. Mr. Matheson's office cost provision is set to contribute £3,000, with Parliament paying the remaining £8,000. And as a Cabinet Secretary, Mr. Matheson picks up an annual salary of over £118,000, so he can more than afford it. Both the Scottish Conservatives and Scottish Labour have called on Mr. Matheson to pick up the tab or resign. You know, how can he get away with it? Frankly, the cheek of it. Anyway, now Miss Bailey has questioned how he could rack up a bill of that size purely on parliamentary business. You can't. It's completely impossible. It's completely impossible. She says, I've got 24 years experience in MSP, you know, and I know that I've been sent emails by IT people before recess periods asking if I'm going abroad, what devices I might be taking, so they can arrange packages to ensure that the fees are paid on these devices are reasonable and proportionate. Every MSP gets that, and to run up a bill of £11,000, frankly, is just not doing emails. It is streaming Netflix or something else. Well, you're right about the something else, Jack. You know, it's P-Hub. And when challenged that Holyrood had accepted it was just work business, she added, it's probably difficult to prove one way or another. No, it isn't. It's very easy to prove. Hand it over, they just do a forensic examination. They can look at everywhere he's been. There'll be the complete history. Like I say, when you delete it and it looks like it's deleted on your phone, it's not deleted. It's kept there. You just can't see it. It just hides it. Doesn't delete it. It's findable. And also, you just look at the usage rate and you can see everywhere he's been. You can guarantee that it was not government business. But anyway, £11,000, she said, is simply not just emails. And it's taxpayers' money. And somebody who is a long-standing MSP should have known better. They should have known the processes that exist in Parliament. The rest of us understand those processes. You could be forgiven if you were new in the job. But Michael Matheson has been here as long as I have, and that's 24 years. He should have known better. And explaining the decision to charge the taxpayer, a Scottish Parliament spokesman said on Wednesday, substantial roaming charges were incurred by Mr Matheson on his parliamentary iPad while in Morocco at the start of this year. As a member, he was still using the Parliament's previous mobile provider and hadn't switched over to our present contract. Well, he should have done. He would have known. He should have done it. Anyway, the Parliament challenged the company over the scale of the fees. Well, it's not the company's issue. It's his issue. He should have done it. And also, why is he sitting there watching P-Hub on holiday, knocking one out at public expense? $3,000 from his office cost, all of it. None of this should be taxpayer funded. He's the one who wants to fondle himself. He's with his fondleslab. He's the one who has to pay for his fondleslab. What a complete and utter merchant banker he is. We all know he's incompetent at his job, but now it seems he's not just incompetent, but it seems very much that he's dishonest, that he's happy to basically effectively steal money from the taxpayer to pay for his fondleslab habit. Never mind. We don't expect much less from them. But he looks happy in that picture. But then, given the amount of times he's probably knocked one out, he probably is happy. Laying on the bed with his little coming face. Alone. In the dark. And a little sleep. Dearie me, I'm coming up. That's what he said. Haha. Never mind. So, they really do need to send him a bill for £11,000. The little fondler has to be the Moroccan fondler. That's what we can call him now. He's got a nickname now. He's the Moroccan fondler. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie me, Michael. Michael the Moroccan fondler. Go on holiday for a week. £11,000, £1,500 a day having a toss-off. Dear heavens to Betsy. I hope it was good. Got to be top quality stuff, hasn't it? Top quality. I'd expect nothing short of... No, I can't say it. I can't say it. Let's hope it was legal. It is the SNP, so it might not have been. Anyway, I'll stop there. Thank you very much for watching. We can all laugh at the fondler now. That's who he is. He's the fondler. Bit of self-fondling. What a prick. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Cheers. Take care. See you next time. And I've still got many to go today. Bye.